Hello, this is MrChabry, and one of my favorite types has always been ground-type Pokemon. So we're going to actually look at the ground-type Pokemon that are available to you in Pokemon Black and White. The first one we're going to look at is Excadrill, and this is actually a solid Pokemon. Has a 135 attack, meaning you're going to be able to hit things very hard. Plus, it's got a 110 HP, which helps out in its survivability when you look at its kind of middling defense and special defense at 60 and 65, respectively. 88 speed means this thing is actually decent when it comes to its speed stat. And the greatest thing about Excadrill is its typing combination. Ground and Steel gives you a immunity to electric and poison type moves. It resists rock, bug, dark, dragon, flying, ghost, normal, psychic, and other steel type Pokemon. And the thing that you have to watch out for are fighting, fire, ground, water. But with that long list of resistances and immunities, this is a great Pokemon, and you can do a lot of different things with it. Plus, you have access to some interesting abilities. Say you find one with Mold Breaker, you don't have to worry about Levitate users bypassing your Earthquake. Say you have access to a Sand Rush Excadrill. If you get Sandstorm going, it's going to boost your speed, and you're going to outspeed pretty much everything on the field. And even Sand Force will give you much needed damage output based off of that already insane 135 attack. Excadrill is a solid choice. Now we're going to look at Seismitoad, and this is probably going to be an early choice if you're playing through the game. It does have a little bit of decent bulk with a 105 HP. 75 defense and special defense isn't the greatest, and it does have a decent attack and special attack, both at 85. But really, this thing will be helpful early on, but as you go along in the game, it will kind of lose out on its usefulness. It does have great abilities, such as Water Absorb, Swift Swim, and Poison Touch. Really, Water Absorb being the best out of all of those because you're more likely wanting to run it for its bulkiness. However, there are other ground types that can do better work, and there's a few other water types if you're wanting a water type. So, Seismitoad is decent, but later on it becomes more of a struggle. Crocodile is another great choice in terms of ground type Pokemon. With a 117 attack, it's going to be able to do some damage. Plus 92 speed, it's going to be able to outspeed quite a few things. 95 HP, it's going to be able to take some hits. Plus, if it's got that Intimidate ability, you're going to make it where your opponent's attack has been lowered, and you're going to be able to take more hits on that defense side. Moxie is also a great ability to have because you're going to boost up your already great attack stat. This thing does have the ground dark typing that gives you access to some good dark type stab. This is a great choice if you're in search of a ground type Pokemon for your team. Interesting typing, not much else. Stunfisk is not the best choice if you're looking for a ground type Pokemon. It does have decent HP and decent special defense, but really that's it. You're not going to be doing much damage back to your opponent, and there's not really much that Stunfisk can really do other than take a few hits, and that's about it. There's so many better ground-type Pokemon, and even electric-type Pokemon in Unova. Golurk is another Pokemon that has an interesting typing. With its typing, it's actually immune to 3 types: electric, normal, and fighting. So being a ground ghost, that's pretty cool. Plus, it's got good attack, 124. Has a little bit of decent bulk at 80 defense and special defense and an 89 HP. However, it is very slow, and it's only got 55 speed, so you're going to be taking quite a few hits. It is a difficult Pokemon if you're wanting to use it, but it gives you access to Ghost type stab. It is pretty good on that attack stab, and it's got ground typing. It is a good choice. It's just a little bit more difficult to make it work. Landorus is a legendary Pokemon that you're not going to have access to for most of your playthrough. However, let's go ahead and look at this thing because this thing is a beast. 125 attack, 115 special attack, 101 speed. This thing is made to come in and hit things hard. It can take a few hits with a pretty decent HP stat, defense and special defense, 89, 90, and 80 respectively. And if you're running something like Sand Force, you get the Sandstorm going. It's going to be able to do more damage in that Sandstorm. Plus Sheer Force, also, you're going to have some more damage output. This thing is made to hit things hard, and with a ground flying type, that's very interesting typing. However, you're not going to really be using this through your playthrough, but it is a terrifyingly good Pokemon. So there it is, all the ground-type Pokemon. Ground-type Pokemon are, usually there's some great choices in a list of ground-type Pokemon. And in Generation 5, there's no exception there. There are some really good choices. Which one are you going to choose? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next Pokemon video.